Hi, this is Margo from Reproduction Fabrics, and January 1st, I'm entering the 45th year in the fabric business. To celebrate, we're launching a selling off part of Margo's stash. And what I want to talk about today is my line called a soldier's quilt. And this is what I refer to as the board. So this is what salespeople would have been showing shop owners, okay? And then you open it up and you can see all the different prints in various colorways. So we're still seeing a floral here, but the florals are smaller. They're not that over-the-top red and green applique version of things. So Civil War era, and I designed this for my sample book, which is 1863 to 1868. It says on the spine. So you still see florals, but they're smaller, and brown, 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 and more brown. And then plaids, printed and woven. Plaids are very, very high fashion for the season. So we have this available in some limited yardage, and then in fat quarters, we have this little treasure that celebrates the Sanitary Commission, something set up by Lincoln. And it was like a war effort, like for the population to participate and to support the war effort. So women in small communities, medium size and big cities, did various things. They knitted socks, they knitted scarves, and they made bed-size quilts. So the call went out, the request, the size was 8 feet by 4 feet wide. All this would come into a central clearinghouse that belonged to the Sanitary Commission, and that was run by Frederick Law Olmsted. He's the guy that designed Central Park. He's super organized and orderly. He was the head of this commission. So things would come into this commission and be sorted and packed into barrels. And when the quilts or comforts came in, they were stamped on the back, and it said Sanitary Commission. And then other things like jams and jellies and socks and scarves would be put into these barrels, and then they'd be put on a cart drawn by a horse and taken out close to the front lines to distribute some things to the soldiers. So we have yardage and we have fat quarters of the Sanitary Commission stamp to launch my 45th year in the fabric business. Thank you.
We do have a couple limited pocketbooks that were created using some of the fabrics too, right? And then you also created these booklets from one of the designs.
Correct.
True, right? They're journal booklets?
Yes.
A couple of those left. And here's a fancy quilt that Margo made with some of these fabrics.
And it is that size, approximately 4 foot by maybe 6.5 or 7, but the request was 4 by 8.
Thank you.